Hello. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being present here. I'm Bhaskar Mitra. I'm a UNC Charlotte student in the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering. I am one of the people who is working with PiControl. So this device is very simple. It's like a Raspberry Pi, which is sitting using a data acquisition device, which you can essentially use for fast data sampling. In my team, I have Dr. Badrul Chaudhry, who's my advisor, and Dr. Andrew Willis. So we have all teamed up to form this device. Now with Ventureship, the first thing that Laura and Devin said was go out of your room and find people whom you can talk to. So we really ventured out. So we went to 4 different places, including Atlanta, Oak Ridge, Charlotte, and Richland in Washington State. And we ended up doing some interviews for people in the segments of researchers, utility groups, and research lab scientists. Now this is a simple chart of the progression that I have over a 5-week period of time of what of the interview charts that we did. So you can see that the interview charts really progressed up as we moved gradually towards with the week. So this was again a lot of motivation from them. And especially with the people we interviewed, there were various sections and various segments of the people we included. So there was a mix of match of everything, including students, researchers, and people in the utilities. And we ramped up a total of around 67 interviews by the end. Now the value proposition which we started off with was a fast data acquisition device that has a high sampling frequency, which can detect fault or transient events in the electrical grid. Now currently there are no such devices that can efficiently do that. The closest that you come to, that ramps up a cost of around $150,000. So with this PiControl, we are looking to develop something that is really cheap and affordable, which can be actually utilized by people in the utilities who can use it more and efficiently to get better results. So we actually targeted initially the electrical power sector because we understood that there is absence of such devices which can make intelligent decisions then. And again, as I said, like cost was also an effective thing that we were looking at. So we started out with the development of the product. Currently, it is still in the development phase. So we are right now programming our Raspberry Pi to do something we call as the wavelet transform, which is existent in the market, which does a very good time frequency analysis, which efficiently most transforms cannot do. So we are trying to utilize that scenario to see what if there are some fault events or what characteristics your electricity grid is showing, and it can give you real-time results rather than doing any segmentations offline. For that, to do the customer discovery program, we went ahead to various companies and various research labs, and we finally got another new development sector or a business sector, I could say, from the people in the biomedical industry as well, who use this technology for reading our ECG or other various electrocardiogram results. And this happened when I was traveling with my wife to the AACR conference. So that was one of the things. So currently, we are, as I said, currently we are still developing some of our products. We are still testing them. The products are not ready. I'm a very perfectionist, so until it's like absolutely perfect, I won't be putting any deadlines. So right now it's on the building phase. So as I said, like, so we started off with the idea of just targeting the public, the electricity sector, but we ventured out, and when we spoke with more and more people, we realized that people in the biomedical engineering team can also use this, because if you are having an Apple Watch 4, I think you're sure that there is something called as an ECG meter in your phone. But that simply does nothing but just tells you if your right part of your heart and your left part of your heart are in sync, and they just tell you if you're having an arrhythmia condition. But the device with which we are trying to use, it can give you a real-time ECG detection, and it can detect any anomalies that you're having right away, and it can even place emergency 911 calls for you. So these are some of the next level things that we have come up, and after talking with many people there, we have realized. So about the market that we had initially targeted, as I said, utility sector was something that we targeted out with companies like Duke Energy and other Florida State and Power. But we realized that people in the biomedical industry also have needs to this real-time decision-making devices, which they essentially don't have. So after you do any of your ECG report or something, you have to wait for the doctor to analyze it. But it can actually, so the device we are trying to do, it can actually detect some real-time events, and if not qualified enough to give you the exact problem that you're having, might end up telling you, okay, so you're having a problem now, or you are perfect. And finally, probably there is some scope in this field of music. We haven't ventured out completely there, but again, that is also a system or a industry that deals a lot with time and frequency. So we probably think there are some scopes of it. So currently, just basing on the utility sector, by talking with Duke Energy, we have realized that we can probably sufficiently provide them with around 30,000 products, and they will be really happy to employ them in their grids. So talking about the aha moment, as I said, like I took my wife to the AACR conference, and that was the place where I discovered that other potential markets about it. And I talked with many people and companies like Thermo Fisher Scientific, NIH, and GlaxoSmithKline, GSK. So everybody was really interested about it, and they wanted to know what are the further steps we are taking. Currently, as I said, the product is in development. I have a small demo running in my table upstairs, so I'll be really happy if you can come and visit me and talk to me. I'll be really happy. And this was the final decision that we got, so we are going a go. I don't know if it's not playing for some reason. Okay, oh, sorry. I don't know if it's, okay, so it was one of the, like, the hedgehogs running the wheel. So I just took this video right there in the conference, and so we decided to go with our product. So thank you everybody.